your host, the tour guide, I'm the president. I'm the king around here. The landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules. The rules are you gotta like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. Some of y'all don't be liking, commenting, and subscribing and hitting the bell for all the notifications. You gotta do that. If you're trying to be a taxpaying citizen of the nation, leave us a super thanks, super chat, or a cash app. That's optional right there. You know what I mean? That's if you're trying to pay your taxes. Um, yeah, the cash app tag is gonna be in the description along with the Bandcamp link, which is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. You know, people come in here complaining about the fact that I'm talking about topics as opposed to rapping. You seen the title on the video. You know what I'm saying? You knew what it was. You seen the thumbnail, you seen the title and all that. People still complain. I don't know why, but this is for them. If you rather hear me rap than hear me yap, then stop now and go to Rockness BCC at. Matter of fact, just wait. Just click the Bandcamp link. I can't think of it. Rocknessbcc at bandcamp.com. That's how I go. Yeah, had a brain freeze. Anyway, also there's a merch link. Well, it's gonna be there. None of it's there yet. It will be there when I finish the video. I ain't put it up. Cause I ain't do the description because I might talk about some things that I wasn't thinking about talking about before. But anyway, when you are leaving comments, spell the names of our dignitaries, our legends, and our monuments correctly. Else you can spell it how you want. That means rock with the C and the K. That means monster with the A, not the ER. That means help the skelter with the AH, not the ER. And for the love of all things decent, it's BCC, not BBC. Pause. That's what your mom said. Um, Oh yeah, and if you choose to spell out boot camp, click is CLIK. You know what I mean? This is all for search engine purposes. This isn't because I don't like it. I actually used to spell monster with a H, but I switched it. You know what I'm saying? Well, I took it back off because at first it was without the H, but I put it on because for whatever reason. Then I said, man, get that shit out of here. But anyway, so how y'all doing? Told you I'll be getting back into swing. What y'all think about this Dame Dash situation? I mean, I only talked to Dame Dash. I think that I appreciate Dame Dash. I really do. I appreciate Dame Dash because it's very few things that I love in my life. My money, my music, and rock and roll. Not that's not what I'm saying. Like it's a lot. It's not too many things that I care about vlogging about. You know, coming in here talking a lot of, mm, yeah, a lot of this stuff is so trivial to me or whatever. And the only reason, like this Dame Dash situation and Jay Z, it's trivial to me as well. But since I was such a fan of the Rockefeller era, I find it interesting. With that being said, Dame, if anybody who interprets the term Dame wants a fair one from Jay, he's not talking about an actual fair one. Let me just start with that. Right? Nobody that's not what he means. You know what I mean? That's not what he means that he wants Jay-Z to face him in debate and whatever. He wants to have a standoff, not with violence. That's not what he's saying. What's hilarious about that is Dame knows that Jay's not doing that. He knows that Jay knows that we know that he know that Jay not doing that. He said Dame wasn't saying all of this when he was dancing all in the videos. It's a good point right there. Excellent point. You know what I mean? And speaking of that point right there, when Dame says that he was doing all of that dancing in the in the camera and on the stage because Jay Z was trash as a performer, I would like to I would like to challenge that statement because I was watching some. Jay Z has the Jay Z channel on YouTube is running like a regular TV channel right now. It's like nonstop content going on, and I seen a performance of Jay Z performing. What was he rapping? You don't know. And is that the actual title to that song? You don't know. Sure I do. That's where you're wrong. I came into this mother block 100 grand strong. Now to be exact, from grinding. Son was performing. He was not just standing there rapping. Even though when I see him standing there rapping, like I don't hold that against him either. Like I feel like for the image that he plays, him, not too much movement, just the one arm movements, like I feel like that fits his personality of rap. You know what I mean? If I saw Jay Z jumping around, or as animated as a Method Man and Redman, and they like even they have toned it down some, but even the way they are now, like not even the way they was in their heyday when they was stage diving and like I couldn't see Jay Z stage diving and all that. That don't match his persona to me. You know what I'm saying? But the way he, the way he, his minimal movements and all of that, that was cool for me. But on this show I was watching, he was he was doing a little more than that. Like he was covering the whole stage. He had he had some rap moves. But anyway, that's besides the point. Since I'm such a fan of this Jay Z, I mean that Rockefeller era, what I mean, I find it interesting and 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 oh yeah, like there's gonna be no debate. There's no, what is Dame gonna do? He's not gonna debate you. You want to do? You want to have a rap? You want to have a rap battle? You want to have what kind of fair one? We're not talking about the hands. Pause. We're not talking about like you're not a rapper. You want to, you know what I'm saying? Don't. I guess a rock and roll nigga can battle a rapper, but that ain't happening no way. We know that can't be what you're talking about. So what does Dame expect to gain from all of this? And the answer to me, I think it's obvious to all of you, but I feel like that's a good thing. Dame has eyes on him. If Dame knows how to work he it seems like he knows how to work the algorithm. Right. So let me back up. This is what I mean. The bright side to all of this is Dame is getting money. As much as I cringe when I hear him say certain things, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I respect like it wasn't just Jay Z. The whole Rockefeller era, I had a lot of I had I was connected to. I had a visceral connection to it as a fan, right? But yeah, so I respect him. So to see like you if you did your history on if you do your history on this page, you can see that that I didn't I never really enjoyed I don't enjoy talking bad about them. I don't really enjoy talking bad about nobody that I like. You know what I'm saying? So I always try to find the positive in the situation. I always said Dame ain't broke. Nah, Dame got blah blah blah. I don't Dame hiding money. This, that, and the third, whatever. And just more evidence to the contrary kept jumping out on niggas. But somebody said, "Am I sure Dame is getting money?" Yes, I'm positive because I know how YouTube works, right? And Dame stream like if as long as Dame has his pages, his whatever his America New. If his I don't know if he streams from a YouTube page at all. You know what I'm saying? But if he does, what I do know about Dame, what we all know about Dame is not gonna not like he was part of the he negotiate. He was part of the brains behind that whole Rockefeller machine. Like he not going to have a YouTube page and it not be monetized. He's not going to be going on all of these platforms and they not paying him. Now somebody saying that money doesn't seem comparable. I get that. But if you broke, like everybody been saying, then you got to start somewhere. You know what I mean? And maybe this is why we see him every single day talking about every single J. You understand what I'm saying? Like first of I mean, like he's already told us that hey, he don't care about it. It's a little bit of snapping, it's a little bit of teasing. He from Harlem. That's what they do in Harlem. He don't care about none of that. He'll do that all day. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, if he got a monetized page and he goes streaming from there, everything he says, as soon as he mentions Jay name, everything goes viral. Then plus he getting paid to sit on other people's platforms and do interviews and talk about Jay and Cam and so on and so forth every day and all of these platforms. I'm saying those are that's those are paydays. Those are multiple checks. Those are multiple payments. You know what I mean? And yeah, they may not be a the checks of the Rockefeller or Kanye check or whatever. But we don't know what it is, and we don't know what he's doing in the back channels either. Pause. You understand? But there is money being made, and that's a good thing because the common consensus is he needs it, right? That's what like I said. I always thought he was hiding money, like you. And also, I always thought either he was hiding money or if he is broke, his broke ain't my broke, and it ain't yours. You understand what I'm saying? Like he broke but still own properties and type of what I'm saying. That's how I always felt about it. But whatever, his name is always in the news cycle or in the algorithm about him he's broke this, he broke that, he this, that, and the third. Well, he's definitely getting paid to sit on all of these platforms. And the virality of it. I'm like, listen, B. Every time I do an interview with a platform that ain't mine, they ask me about the Biggie shit. For all of those who didn't know, my crew and Biggie crew has some issues back in the days, right? But they ask every time because for whatever it's worth, I mean, right, wrong, and indifferent, I don't feel. I mean, I could take it as disrespect or not. You know what I mean? But the way they look at it is like, or the way they're possibly looking at it is like, what's more relevant than that? You know what I'm saying, nigga? You ain't went triple plat. You ain't out here going viral for other stuff, this, that, and the third. They gonna ask me about that. They gonna ask me about all of the negative stuff. They gonna ask. I can choose to answer it or not. You see, Dame is better suited to make a lot of money on YouTube because Dame is willing to say outlandish things, and he has a more notable. He's connected. He has a more notable. I guess you could say, yeah, more notable or more significant in as far as the the size of it all. Pause. Rockefeller with the Rockefeller era crew, fucking careers. It was a bigger deal than the boot camp. Bigger deal. I mean, it was a bigger deal in our career or our run and our record sales and all of that. You understand what I'm saying? Not to sell us short, but y'all know what I mean. These are platinum artists and all of that. So you can't unplatinum a nigga. Once you attach to a platinum legacy or whatever, it's like it's going to take a long time for the relevance to completely dry out. So you could walk someplace and ain't nobody going to go, oh shit, ain't you Dame Dash? It's going to be a very long time before that happens. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, you as long as you got that, you can capitalize like what Dame is doing right now. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, all of the things he might have put out on America New, people might not be all the way aware of that. But you know what they are aware about? The fact that he don't like Jay-Z or he's at odds with Jay-Z and he don't mind talking about it. So bingo, that's they on that. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's the bright side. He is getting bread. There's no way I'm gonna believe he not making bread off of all of this crazy talk. If it was costing him bread that he could that you know that he could measure, he wouldn't be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like if he was doing this and it was getting him less gigs, like he might not be getting no gigs, but he probably wasn't getting no gigs before. His gigs might just be these interviews. I mean, what's a gig? You know what I'm saying? A deal or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, what you think? If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 microphones. Rock on, rock on.